Hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today is the flip through of this cute little guy here, the Entomologist Notebook. But before we get to that, we're going to get in here for our care to share. And I need to find out where that's at, right here. I have my bookmark marking it for me. And we have a lady here, which is a pocket. She pulls out, she's been framed. I have a paper in behind. I believe it was an envelope. That's right, it was an envelope. And there she is. You can write on the back of it. And we have the word Paris up above, because this is like Paris Fashions. And it's on a beautiful button paper that I found, and I wish I'd gotten more. And then we have a little side pocket down here as well, where it's got La Petite Maison Très Chic. Hey, you like that for me slandering the French tongue? Anyhow, I had this little hat. I don't know where I got it, but I thought it reflected the one she has. These are from a paper pad that I've got. I put a little tiny bit of ribbon up there with a little gold on it just to zhuzh it up. But there we go. That is our care to share for the day. Now, this little guy, he was a work of love, let's put it like that. I spent the day before doing all these die cuts and things. My buddy, Paper Crafting with Miss Tommy, had given me all these different, it's like the new Tim Holtz things where you can make the file folder or the slide. It was similar to that. It was tons and tons of little numbers. Anyhow, so here is the front. I've got a piece of the craft paper on here that I had stamped these bugs with, and I did some mixed media or something that day, so I had a really large piece all over my desk here. So, I wanted to thank you for coming to visit and to see what's going on today, and I hope you really enjoy this little notebook. It could be made in many different ways and forms. It doesn't have to be specimen. I just wanted to do one. I needed to do a grunge journal, so this is my grunge. Anyhow, so we have our bugs here, which this is my specimen snippet strip that I have a video on. And if you see this bug here, I was supposed to have a black background for him. And when I put the embossing powder on there, it stuck to the black and it made it gold. So it was a great mistake because I made other ones that way. I did them some with black and some with gold. So anyhow, I thought it turned out just about the way I needed it to. It was meant to be. We have some Tim Holtz pieces and parts in behind here. A lot of these things you'll see in the decoration video. I show you what I use on all this. And I think I had a little bit in the first video. But yeah, I've got a little metal piece here, and I've got a piece of burlap there. And you've got the back with more of that craft paper drop sheet, I guess you'd call it. And you can see where I've done different stampings here. Now, I almost took perfumery and covered it up, and I just decided, no, I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to leave it as is. But I liked all the jaggy edges you can see, and all the different stains and stuff. I did scuff up the gesso just so it wasn't so white. And I think I may have used ground espresso on there. But that's how it turned out. As you can see, there's numbers on this side of the tabs. And there's words on this side. Now, I apologize if you had seen the video, the first one, the assembly. I had mentioned that I'd put dimensions down in the description box. I didn't do that until later. I'm sorry. And then I also didn't link at the end the tunnel closure, the butterfly tunnel closure. And that's the whole idea of this. This is a strip that goes in these little tunnels that I made as I was making the pockets. And I think it's an idea I come up with. I haven't seen anybody else have this idea. It was just I didn't want to use up or cut off paper. I think it was an idea from scrapbooking with me. So I just kept rolling it up, and I came up with that little tunnel closure. Well, I really liked it, so I kept it. Now, here is the inside of our book. This is also a pocket in the front, but I didn't put anything in it. I did fill the back one, though. Now, this is our guy's page. This is his credentials. This is him. I think it was Edward. Yes, there it is. Mr. Edward Monahan. He's from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And this is his picture. These are his credentials. He's the remitter. He's doing all these identification check field label thingies. And I used stamps and pieces of the index card that I cut off and little pieces from some of the ephemera packs. I did some rub-ons. Here's Explore down here. I had this one that was book number, so I thought that could be the book that he's in right now, 710. That means he's really recorded some stuff. So I thought that worked out. This is one of those people that nobody knew when doing my genealogy. And I always thought it was a really great photo. I just had to use it. So over here, as you can see, each one of these words in succession has a different thing. And I thought it was in order. So this is the specimen part where he's finding the bugs. And this here is a little book that you can write in, like a little I don't know, tag. I guess it's a two-sided tag, but it's got a map on it. So it's like he's pointing to his next destination situation. And I've got the word destination down here. So that goes in here, and that's like his little file folder or his little clipboard. And he's got like registered and all these other things. Now, if you had seen my previous video, you'd seen where Specimen was recessed back this way, and that was because of the way I glued it down. But I got back in there and I fixed it by the second video where I was decorating, so you can see where it's pretty much even. I tried. So anyhow, we're to the part where the idea of the bag bottom comes in. Well, you'll take a bag, any of your bags, and like on scrapbooking with me, they would cut it off right there. And then you had, let me just cut this off and show you. It's like this. You would put it down on your page here. You glued it down. And then when you pulled it, it pulls up and you could see. I don't know if I'd had that in screen. I'm sorry. So you glue this down here. And then you pull it up like that, and you're able to see what's down inside. You might have some little goodies in there. You might have a picture, a secret note. But sometimes they would put something out here to help pull it, or a picture. And that's where I got that idea. But instead of cutting it there, I cut it here on that line to where you just got like an open. You had a slit, in other words. It's hard to explain. Oh, but anyhow. So, there you go. And then, when you open it, you have, like with batteries or something, you got that little ribbon to help you pull that battery out with. I have these little tabs that was left over from my fairy journal. So, I've got that to help pull that out of there so you don't have to dig, with your fingernail. And then, if you would care to put more, if you fill that little piece of paper up and you care to put more of those in there, you can, and put them on top here. And that will still help you pull all of them out of there. You also have the option of writing on this part of it, like that. And I didn't do anything with the ends because I didn't want to mess up the integrity of the fold, the easiness of the folding. So, I mean, it's up to you if you would like to fix that. Now, I love this jagged edge. I've got that out here, and I try to reflect it all the way back through so it looked like a raggedy journal. I've got a lot of stamping here with some of the excess of the craft paper. This is his specimen where he's collecting them or finding them. Then you have this paper that is where I took field notes and I just stamped it all over the back of a piece of coffee stained paper. And I kept it. I scanned it into my computer and stuff, so I use it every so often. This here is one of the clusters. I didn't do, or collage, I guess you could call it. I didn't do a pocket bill on the first and the last one, but I did these little clusters, and it's like, here's the collect section. Now this wood is lighter. So I've got a dark wood, a light wood, a dark, a light, a dark. I alternated them. But anyhow, you can see where I stamped on some of the index card extras. I've got some more of the die cutting in here. Those little letters. Oh my gosh. I've got stamping in here. Some pieces from the Tim Holtz papers. And one of my bugs. I like the gold ones in here because it added some flash, you know. So here is the inside of this one. And I've got like a little scrap in here I stamped on. I have his field labels, some other stampings, and all that kind of good stuff, and his index card. So, and then on the back of these, the middle three have this extra craft paper. That was my drop sheet on here when I did the bugs the other day with the specimen snippet rolls, or snippet strips, I'm sorry. So anyhow, here's the next one. It's another cluster, and I used one of my bugs, and I've got special delivery. This is the series section. So first he's looking at the specimens or finding the specimens, then he's collecting them. The series is probably where he's trying to figure out what they are and what they belong to. And you've got all this kind of little stuff down in here to look at. And then you got the inside. He might be writing his little notes in here. He's filing things away. He's drawing pictures. And you've still got your little blank back here you can write on in your extra index card. And the back. There is a lot of journaling areas in here if you really look at it. And they're mostly hidden, which is great. I love a hidden journaling area. Now, this is the recording phase. He's recording what he found. He's figuring out what they are. He's putting it down on paper. He may be putting on the map where he found it, that kind of thing. He's making his little figures and scratching out everything he's done. He's discovered what he's tried to find. Boy, that was a lot of words. Okay. This one was just kind of like a hodgepodge of all my little excess pieces of index card in here. And I really enjoy some of these little stamps. I love them. They really get the point across. And then you had this here where I got the jaggedy edge. Now here, this did become a pocket. The first and the last one had a pocket. So you had a little bit of extra space in case you want to put notes or something. Which has the same paper. I have little red touches in here, which I really liked how it turned out. Now, this is the archive section. This is where he's filing it or putting it away after he's found out everything he needed to know about it. I love this beetle. That is one of my favorites. And see, we're ending on that brown, that darker brown. And here's inside, you've got a little bit of more scribbles, like maybe he's written stuff on there, your index card, and then you have my field notes stampings on the back. Now here, I had got this out, and I stamped on it. It was one of those receipt kind of things, and I sprayed it, and I stamped it, and I did all that kind of stuff, and I thought I was going to be ripping it up and putting it in corners and under things, and I just never really did it. So I said, well, let me just put something on the back, and I'll put it in the back pocket. And see, this is one of those spaces where I messed up, and when I was putting all of these bag bottoms in here, I squeezed it shut. I never checked to see if I had seepage. Well, I had a little bit over here as well. Where was that? Yeah, I had a little bit here, and I had some on that back page. And what I did, I just kind of scuffed it up with some ground espresso, and I think it really adds to the old look to this, like it's been out in the field for ages. Anyhow, and then there is my bottom pocket. I have a little bit more of that skeleton lace on there and some more of the little cutouts and things. And I just thought it turned out so cute. I've never done anything like this before, and I thought it just turned out so cute. And it feels so good in the hands. I don't know if it's that craft paper or what. It just or maybe it's the size. It's just you know, it'd be good for something to put in your purse. If you put another style, you know, on here. All right. Well, I hope everybody got some great ideas from this, and you can go back and check some of my previous videos for things like the snippet strips, and then how I assembled this, and then you could put your own spin on it. You don't have to have tabs if you want it to be flat. You don't have to have a tunnel closure. There's many variations you can do to make it your own. Well, I appreciate all my subscribers and watchers and viewers and everybody that comes to see me and spends time and gives me comments and shares and likes and all that kind of great thing that helps grow my little channel. But I want everybody to have a great, great day and to come back and see me again sometime when they can. Thank you. Bye-bye.